I first saw Vicky Kaushal in Masaan. I was a teenager, scrolling through an OTT platform, not really looking for anything specific. Then I stumbled upon Masaan. The film wasn't flashy, and neither was he. But there was something about his performance that felt raw, something that felt real. That last scene, where he lets out all his pain in that boat, stuck with me. He wasn't acting like a hero. He was just a guy, completely lost in grief. At that time, I didn't think this guy is going to be a big star. I just thought, he's really good. And that's what makes Vicky Kaushal interesting. He wasn't the obvious choice for stardom. He didn't have the effortless charm of Ranbir Kapoor or the larger-than-life presence of Hrithik Roshan. He was just a guy who wanted to act. And somehow, through a mix of talent, timing and unexpected choices, he's become one of Bollywood's most unpredictable stars. A lot of people assume Vicky had it easy because of his dad, Shyam Kaushal, who is a big action director. But being a stuntman's son doesn't guarantee you a lead role in Bollywood.
I need more study time. I need more training. And that's when I started doing theatre. I started doing theatre for 3-4 years, and then eventually I started giving more auditions and things fell in place.
He didn't debut in some glossy film. Instead, he started by assisting Anurag Kashyap on Gangs of Wasseypur. That's not exactly the traditional launchpad for a Bollywood hero. And when he did get his first lead role in Masaan, it wasn't a commercial film. There were no big dance numbers, no over-the-top dialogues, just a quiet, heartbreaking story about a guy trying to escape his circumstances. The film won awards and critics loved it, but it wasn't the kind of debut that made someone a superstar overnight. After Masaan, Vicky didn't follow the usual Bollywood formula. He could have chased romantic leads or done safe, family-friendly films. Instead, he picked Raman Raghav 2.0, a dark psychological thriller where he played a cop who was as messed up as the serial killer he was chasing. It wasn't a film designed to make him a household name, but it proved he wasn't afraid to take risks. Then came Razi, where he played a soft-spoken, dignified Pakistani army officer. He wasn't the lead, Alia Bhatt was, but he still left a strong impact. But the film that changed everything for him was Sanju. He played Kamli, Sanjay Dutt's best friend, and he stole every scene he was in. He wasn't playing the star, but he became the heart of the film. And then came Uri the Surgical Strike, which turned him into a full-fledged Bollywood hero. The transformation was insane. The lean boy-next-door guy from Masaan was suddenly this jacked-up army officer delivering the now iconic "How's the Josh" line. The film was a massive hit. And just like that, Vicky Kaushal was no longer just a critic's favourite. He was a bankable star. After Uri, most actors would have played it safe. Instead of cashing in on his action hero image, he did a horror film, Bhoot Part 1, The Haunted Ship. It flopped. Then there was The Great Indian Family, a light-hearted family drama that barely made an impact. But the most interesting failure? Sardar Udham. And I say failure because it did not release in the theatres. But as a performance, it's one of his best. Playing Udham Singh wasn't easy. It wasn't a patriotic film in the usual Bollywood sense. No chest-thumping speeches, no over-the-top action sequences. Instead, it was slow, introspective, and deeply emotional. Vicky carried the entire film with his body language, his silences, and his controlled rage. It wasn't a film designed for mass appeal, but it proved that he could handle serious, layered roles. And then, just when people thought he was only going to do intense films, he did something completely different. Govinda Naam Mera. It was loud, over the top, and completely unserious. It wasn't a great film, but it showed that Vicky was willing to have fun, even if the project wasn't perfect. Then came Zara Hatke Zara Bachke, a small-town rom-com that somehow turned into a sleeper hit. It wasn't groundbreaking, but it showed that Vicky could lead a light-hearted commercial film, something that people weren't sure about before. One thing people don't talk about enough is his dancing. He's not known as a dancer, but when he does it, he's surprisingly good. He's got that effortless casual energy. He's not trying too hard, and that makes him fun to watch. His Tauba Tauba dance in Bad News is a great example of that. And now that Sam Bahadur has solidified his ability to take on major historical roles, the next big challenge is Chhava. He'll be playing Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj, the son of Shivaji. That's a big responsibility, especially given how deeply connected people are to Maratha history. If Sardar Udham and Sam Bahadur proved anything, it's that Vicky knows how to sink into real-life characters. But this time, he's stepping into the world of larger-than-life period dramas. That means action, heavy dialogues, and grand visuals, something we haven't really seen from him at this scale. And then there's Love and War, where he'll be sharing the screen with Ranbir Kapoor and Alia Bhatt in a Sanjay Leela Bhansali film. The Bhansali movie is always a spectacle, but what's interesting is how Vicky fits into it. Ranbir and Alia already have that on-screen chemistry. So where does Vicky come in? Will he be playing a romantic lead, or is this a love triangle where he's the outsider? We don't know yet, but it's definitely going to be one of the biggest films of his career. Here's the thing about Vicky Kaushal. He's hard to pin down. One moment, he's doing intense historical dramas. The next, he's dancing in a rom-com. He's not afraid of failing, which is rare in Bollywood. Some of his choices don't work, some of his films get ignored, but that's what makes him exciting. You never know what he's going to do next. So will he lean more into action? Will he do more light-hearted films? Or will he surprise us again with something we never expected? I don't know, and that's exactly why I'm interested. Thank you for watching. See you next time.